connection is timed out. Well, okay, that doesn't help me.
It's showing that it's live.
Is it? Are we live right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, here, I better play this.
Hello, Facebook. My name is Samoy and I'm part of the SEAM team, and this is hashtag SEAM Live from the Children's Education Alliance of Missouri. Today is the parent takeover on SEAM Live again. If you're watching this right now, thank you so much for joining us live. But if you weren't able to make it live and you're watching this later on, thank you too so very much. We'll be watching the comment section below. I got my phone up so that I can see. We've got the comment section below. So if you want to just come by and say hello, or you have a question or an answer, you want to share some valuable information about school choice, please drop it down below in the comment section here on our Facebook Live. Joining me tonight is my colleague from the St. Louis SEAM team, Lisa Smith.
Hey, Samoy.
Hey, girl, hey.
It's great to see you. And you know, I'm always excited to be on the Facebook Live Parent Takeover with you.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Lisa, it's like the best part of the month. Like I know the first part of the month, I get so giddy because I know you and I are going to be together. So I just love this time. I just love it so much. So Lisa, last month we talked about back to school preparations. And I mean, it was absolutely amazing for my kids and your kids and so many parents and families all across the great state of Missouri, y'all getting to meet like their teachers and getting like new school supplies and all of these things. Even saying goodbye to summer, which today felt like we were actually saying goodbye to summer. It was pretty cold out there today. But that being said, today's topic is all about the blues.
I love the blues. I was listening to
No, not blues music. Even though I love blues music too, Lisa, but not blues music, but something that some families are already experiencing due to the school their children are attending. I mean, we haven't even been in school. I know we started on the 19th. It hasn't even been a month, and they're already having some serious challenges. Some of those challenges are whether that's pressure already in academics, social dynamics, or even adjusting to a new school environment. These struggles are real and can impact the entire family. Like it can trickle down due to these challenges. So let's dive into the conversation and see how we can help families navigate so that they don't continue having these blues and turn those blues into smiles and a wonderful positive impact for the rest of the school year. So, Lisa, if you're ready to get started, I'm ready too.
yes, Samoy, today's topic resonates with many of us on a deep level. You know, it's very heartbreaking when parents feel they have no school choice but to send their children to underperforming schools that don't meet their needs or provide the best environment for learning. You know, this lack of options leaves families feeling trapped, overwhelmed, and worried about their children's future. So, yes, let's dive in and explore how we can make a difference.
All right, we're gonna have to cut the video's not live. It's not live, y'all.
I'm seeing it live.
It's saying the live video has ended.
I'm seeing it live.
Ooh, so we are live?
I'm seeing it live.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, then it's my phone. I am so sorry, but you know, hey, this is Facebook Live and this is as real as it gets. If you don't think that you're on live. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I am so sorry. I'm sorry about that, Lisa. We are live. Forgive me, audience, but hey, you know, this is what it's all about. So before we dig in, I am looking. Oh, there we are. I see us right now. Before we dig in, please make sure you put your questions and comments in the comment section below here on Facebook. I've got my phone here and I can see if there's any comments. We already got one share and folks are already diving in. So, oh my goodness, yes. So, Lisa, I have to first talk about the test scores in some of the St. Louis and Kansas City public schools, their school districts. Honestly, anyone listening or hearing about this, especially tonight, or just seeing these test scores can definitely have someone having the blues, because I had them very, very bad after I saw these. So as everybody knows, I'm like super giddy and I just have like all this energy, as you can tell, but I really want to just bring it down some because this is a very sensitive topic, the challenges that some families are already having. And then just talking about these test scores. So I really want to make sure that, you understand. And if you have any questions, please, please put them in the description box and we will definitely do whatever we can to get you that information. But this information is coming directly from the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, which is also called DESE. There are 4 categories when it comes to test scores. So you have your below basic, advanced, and proficient. The test scores that we're going to talk that I'm going to mention tonight, which are directly coming from DESE's website, are the advanced and proficient students that percentages of students who are proficient in advanced in English and math. So these are not the below and not the below basic, but the advanced and proficient. So in the St. Louis public schools, English language arts is at a 21.2%. Math is at a 16%. Riverview Gardens, ELA is at a 13.5%. Math is at a 2.4%. KCPS, Kansas City Public Schools, ELA is at a 22%. Math is at a 20.5%. Hickman Mills is at a 19.3%. And math is at a 14.2%. Those are the students that are advanced or proficient in English and math. And after I saw those test scores and just looking over it, it just, just hearing those few schools, it just really broke my heart that I see why so many families are having the blues, and I see why so many kids are having the blues from these test scores.
Yeah, this is why parents are concerned about their children's education, Samoy, because of these scores.
Yeah.
And, I can tell you that has not nothing has changed in the Riverview Garden School District since I took my children out of that district. The scores might have got worse, it's very sad.
It really is. And the fact that you took your kids out long time ago, like several years, and the test scores are still deteriorating and not getting better. And it's not like we're making these numbers up. These numbers are coming directly from the DESE website. It just goes to show that we still have a lot of work to do. And these scores, I mean, we have to at all costs, we have to get these test scores up.
Yes, it's very heartbreaking.
It really is. So moving on from the test scores, Lisa, I know last month we said that we wanted to talk about bringing education information from around, excuse me, y'all, sorry, education information from around the United States. But this one article that I found is coming straight from the St. Louis area. And it just it goes to show, with these test scores. So I'm going to read a little bit about what this article is about. The St. Louis NAACP is expressing deep concern over the low literacy and reading scores among African American students in the St. Louis County and city. In response, the NAACP president has filed a formal complaint with the United States Department of Education and the Office of Civil Rights, citing these alarming test scores as a major issue for children across Missouri. One father even said, featured in this article, voiced his frustration, saying, "They are playing with my daughter's grades." After seeing the troubling reading scores of his children, he decided to pull all three of his children out of their local public school. No parent or guardian should ever be forced to take their kids out of school because of low test scores and having those scores, especially, taxpayers are paying for a public school education. No parent or guardian should ever have to take their kids out because of those when due to misuse of resources meant to support their education.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Samoy, these scores prove the crucial need for more school choice options in Missouri.
Yeah.
Our children deserve better than what these underperforming school districts are currently providing. And having more educational choices can offer our children a quality education they need and deserve.
Yeah, it really does. That kind of brings me to one of the parents, Lisa, and you've met her numerous of times from the Capitol. She is definitely advocating for more school choice options because of security reasons. We will not mention her name nor the school district that she is a part of. However, I do have her consent to talk about her story on our Facebook Live tonight. So thank you so much. She has two children that are in grade school, a daughter who is 7, and let me not say grade school for the 3-year-old. He is in preschool. So she has a son and a daughter. Lisa, a couple of times, but one of the major incidents that happened at her daughter's school was her daughter's hair was cut by another student. Like the girl actually got a hold of the little girl's ponytails, and you know how the ponytails are, and cut one of the ponytails. And there was nothing that the school, they said there's nothing that they can do because no one was coming forth with information about how the little girl's hair was cut. Another incident that happened at her son's preschool was the fact that her son, because the classroom was overpopulated, and somehow he was able to get out of the classroom door. There was a teacher and then there's an aide, but both of them, he was able to slip away from both of them, and somehow don't know quite all the what's the word, Lisa, help me, all of the details, but he broke his arm. So because of that, she's been having troubles with the public school, and she's been advocating on what she could do in the meantime. And when we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, she decided that she was going to apply for the virtual education for through MOVA. And the school, the principal, and they were just giving her such a hard time, like all these challenges. But I'm happy to say that as of Wednesday or Thursday of last week, her daughter was accepted into MOVA, Missouri Virtual Academy. But just the heartbreak that she had to endure to get to where her daughter is at now is devastating. I mean, that is definitely a challenge when it comes to that.
Yes, I'm so happy that parent got accepted into the MOVA program and found a school choice option for her children. So
Yes,
that's amazing. But
absolutely.
Samoy, we've heard from many families across the state who are deeply concerned about their children's schools being underperforming and unaccredited. Parents want their children to have access to a quality education that will prepare them for a successful future. You know, we want our children in educational environments where they can thrive, learn, and reach their fullest potential.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, Lisa. Absolutely.
So, Samoy, what steps can parents take to overcome the challenges of back to school blues? Are there any resources available to help?
Oh, Lisa, this is a tough one. Oh goodness. Families who feel like they have no other option other than to send their child back to the school that has been letting them down already or just isn't meeting their child's needs is literally agonizing. Literally, what is a family to do? What is a family to do when these challenges are constantly happening and they're still not able to do anything? Um, mm. I think the advice parents get in general about this situation sounds hollow. They tell the parents to become a volunteer, join the PTA, meet the teacher, try to build, a relationship with the teacher to understand the child, that one-on-one relationship. Utilize outside resources and services such as tutoring services and after-school programs.
Yes, you know, I was one of them parents that did everything they said do, all them things. I was a well-received parent volunteer at my child's school, but you know, after raising some concerns, I was falsely banned from my child's school. So that left me and my family with no school choice options. And
Gosh.
that's when I reached out to SEAM for support.
Mm.
So me, I would tell dissatisfied parents to organize and advocate for change.
Oh wow, that is incredible. Yeah, I agree. So that being said, Lisa, how can SEAM help parents experiencing the blues?
Well, SEAM empowers parents by providing the knowledge, the tools, and the support needed to effectively advocate for their children's education. You know,
Mhm.
we help parents navigate the education system, make informed decisions, and push for positive change because that's what it's all about. We gotta keep fighting for change to get our kids the quality education we want them to have.
Absolutely, I agree. I can, I've been frustrated with things in the past, and like that frustration can become so overwhelming, and I get overstimulated because I'm just so frustrated. So when families, Lisa, if families are frustrated about their child's school and things that are going on, what can those parents do right now? What options do they have, or can they take part in immediately with those frustrations?
Well, there are several options families can take advantage of right now. You know, you and I both been a part of making some of these policies law. So
Yeah.
how about you tell Facebook the one closest to your heart?
Well, y'all, I do have one that is super close to my heart, and I was just so, so very happy to be a part of the signing when this bill became official for all Missouri families, which is MOCAP. It is the virtual education, one of the options, virtual education, which has been a lifesaver for my family. It is still public school. I just want to just say that it is still public school. But however, if a parent or family want that homeschool environment and they're able to do school at home, this is a wonderful option because it's still public school, but you get a homeschool environment. I do want to say one thing, a disclaimer that parents, families, whoever's watching this, or, if it's information you want to pass along, please check out the details of all of these schools because they do have some cutoff dates and times. So you want to be aware of that. I do know that all families in the great state of Missouri, y'all can apply for MOCAP. And it has definitely been a wonderful thing. I know seeing we fought nail and tooth and nail to get it to where all families at the beginning, it wasn't even available. And then we went to having it available for some students that were, taking part in public school to where it's at now, where all kids are able to be a part of MOCAP. It is not too late to apply for MOCAP. So make sure you submit your application right now. Please do not wait any longer because MOCAP does not accept students mid-semester. And if you wait too long, you will have to wait till the following semester to enroll. So that is MOCAP. That's the one that's near and dear to my heart. Lisa, what other options are there? I know you got one up your sleeve that is near and dear to your heart.
So most scholars is another school choice option that's in high demand from parents across the state.
Yeah.
Most scholars offer financial assistance to students grades K through 12 enrolled in public school. Students can receive a scholarship up to the amount of $6,000, enabling parents to customize their children's education by paying for private school tuition, virtual schooling, therapy, tutoring, transportation, and so much more, Samoy. Um, as an advocate for most scholars and a parent whose child is a recipient, I truly believe this program can benefit families stuck in underperforming school districts.
Yeah.
What other options are available, Samoy?
Wow, man. Oh goodness. Charter schools. Charter schools is another wonderful option if you're wanting to take part in that. Right now they're in Kansas City and the and in St. Louis. So we still got some more work to do to get them into every single district all over Missouri. But if this is an option you would like for your children, I encourage you to get started the application process now, especially between October and November, because lottery drawings for the placement begins in late July or early February, which is so important to apply for. But some of the great things about charter schools is it's still a public school. But there's smaller classroom sizes. I mean, I know like for me, the school that I went to years ago, the classrooms were smaller. So it was more intimate having, your teacher and less students. And I didn't feel, overwhelmed by a big classroom size. So smaller classrooms, very flexible. The flexible is just amazing. And then the diversity of cultures that are there. And one thing that a lot of parents that are parents of students that are guardians that are students in charter schools say that it's much better the communication, and with the communication being a whole lot better, situations get resolved a whole lot quicker. So that is a huge plus for charter schools. Lisa, I know you have one more option that families can take part in right now.
Yes, I do. Traditional homeschooling is when parents educate their children at home instead of enrolling them into a school district. Parents take full responsibility for their children's education and create a personalized curriculum tailored to their learning style. Samoy, I appreciate traditional homeschooling because it allows us to teach our children what we believe is important, tailoring their education to our values and their unique needs. And I'll tell you this, I've homeschooled before and I would do it again if necessary.
You got that right. We did traditional homeschooling for about 6 years. So yes, it's as another wonderful option.
Yes.
Wow, my goodness, we've talked about so many options that families can take part of in right now, especially if they're finding it challenging in their child's school. I'm so glad that we have these options and that we're continuing to grow and be able to add more options in the future.
Right. So Samoy, what events do we have planned for this fall to help parent advocates, find more school choice options?
Well, us at SEAM, we got some things lined up for our parents for the fall season on the St. Louis and Kansas City side, because we want to let you know that we are supporting you and your families wholeheartedly and that we are here to help you. So I'm beyond excited about these fantastic events SEAM has lined up for us this fall season. The first one is actually happening Thursday, September the 19th at 7 p.m. and it's on Zoom. Zoom, so you don't want to miss it. Be sure to tell your friends and family about this incredible Tell Your Story webinar. So the first event is a Tell Your Story webinar. Lisa and I will be live on the webinar that night, and we'll be there along with some wonderful parents and supporters of school choice, and just like the title says, telling their story. Your personal story is your most powerful asset. So, Lisa and I will be there. We would love for you to say hello to us during this wonderful event. It is definitely something you don't want to miss. And that's not all. So please make sure that you check out our newsletter for more exciting opportunities to connect with fellow school choice advocates. We will have some in person, which will be happening in St. Louis and the Kansas City side, and as well on Zoom, especially for our wonderful advocates and families that are far from the St. Louis area or the Kansas City area. So you don't want to miss it, but you've got to make sure you sign up for our newsletter so you can find out and get more information about these events that are happening this fall.
Yes, please join us at our upcoming events to gain knowledge and tools needed to effectively advocate for your children's education and be
Yeah.
a part of the positive change we're working towards.
Absolutely. I know we started off this Facebook Live about some serious challenging blues. We talked the test scores and with like the article, but we just want you to know that our organization will help you get through these blues. It takes a village, and we are that village for you. One of the things is we will not stop after you found the school choice option that meets your family's needs, your child's needs. We want to see them all the way through graduation and college, and hear about their successful stories and where they are now. And it's just so important. So we will continue advocating. Lisa, I know you and I will continue advocating and getting others involved. It is so important, getting others involved. Spread the word. Tell everyone on social media. We want SEAM to be known all over the great state of Missouri, y'all. And we're going to do that, and we're going to get you through those blues.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Lisa, how is it that we finished 30 minutes already? Why are we wrapping up already for the month of September? I can't even believe we're in September already. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. My birthday's coming up. Your birthday's coming up. Oh my gosh, the next one will be a different age. But I'm just so happy to do these Facebook Lives with you, Lisa. It just really just makes my evening.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. We the team.
Yes.
So today we discussed back to school blues and the urgent need for school choice options across the state.
Mhm.
Many students are trapped in educational environments that fail to meet their needs, and our children deserve access to a quality education. I
Mhm.
hope we have inspired others to join the SEAM team and advocate for Missouri students to have the educational opportunities they deserve. Samoy, let's keep spreading the word and making a difference together.
Absolutely. I'm giving you an air hug right now because we're going to keep spreading this together. Until then, it's a wrap. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for joining us. I'm looking at the Facebook Live right now. We just have some wonderful parents that are not only viewing us, but are watching live. We've got quite a few views already. So just thank you so much for watching this. Or if you're watching this in the future, thank you so much for taking time out to join us on the show. We just thank you. We can't thank you enough for being a part of the school choice movement. But don't forget to check us out on our websites at seamteam.org and showmeschooloptions.org. Like us, follow us, and share our videos on all 3 of our social media platforms, which are Children's Education Alliance of Missouri Facebook and LinkedIn page, the SEAM Team on Instagram, and at SEAM Team on X. Make sure you follow some of the links, which we have some wonderful links in the comment section below, and get involved. It all starts with getting involved. Thank you all and good night.